We tend to think of abolitionism as a modern phenomenon, but there must have been some attempts throughout history in doing something against slavery. Well, abolitionism was not necessarily achieved through the writing of one law, but through many sequential events, from the abolition of slave trade to the abolition of slavery itself. Which exactly was one of the first of these events? The earliest sure attempt came from the Indian Emperor Ashoka of the Maurya Empire, way back during the 3rd century BCE. A violent war against Kalinga influenced King Ashoka to convert to Buddhism in 260 BCE. It might have inspired him to unite people of different castes and cultures. Buddhism rejected the caste system, but was a bit vague on slavery. The Buddha did not allow his followers to acquire slaves and advocated for compassion for them. Being a good Buddhist, Ashoka ordered to abolish slave trading, not necessarily slavery itself, and to treat slaves decently. Conflicting accounts might confuse the state of slavery in the Maurya Empire. For example, the Greek historian Megasthenes, the first person from the West world to describe India in his book Indika, even went so far as to say that there were no slaves in the Maurya Empire. Unfortunately, plenty of ancient writers accuse them of being a liar, so this description is hard to believe. But the royal advisor Kautilya's Arthashastra, an ancient Indian Sanskrit treatise from the Maurya Empire, wrote about slavery. There are differing interpretations of the old text, but it seemed Kautilya had some pretty liberal regulations on slaves for his time, in comparison to the Hammurabi's Code and the Hebrew Bible, even if it was heavily based on the caste system. Why then did this trend not continue and advance after the Maurya Empire? It's hard to tell. Perhaps it was just not the right time. Was slavery really just a prevailing sentiment of that time, or were there economic conditions of the past unable to sustain a slave-free world? There have been many attempts after Ashoka. King Louis X of France, King Gwangjang of the Korean Goryeo dynasty, Emperor Wang Mang of the Qing dynasty, Queen Isabella I of Castile, Duke Pietro IV Candiano of Venice, the Hongwu Emperor of the Chinese Ming dynasty, Bartolome de las Casas of Spain, Toyotomi Hideyoshi of Japan, the Saxon Spiegel of the Holy Roman Empire, the Council of London of Norman England, the Lundslov of Norway, the Liber Paradisus of Bologna, the Statutes of Casimir the Great in Poland. All of these people and all these codes of law either condemned or tried to abolish slavery, but none of them ultimately stopped the industry. Was it only the conditions of the Industrial Revolution that were able to break the chains of slavery? We'll leave this question open for you folks. Thank you for watching this video. If you found it informative, then go ahead and hit the subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you can be informed whenever a new video from the Generalists comes out.